Joined now by CTV political analyst Scott Reid. He's joining us from Toronto. Happy New Year, Scott.
Happy New Year, Aaron.
And it's an election year, and it does seem like Andrew Scheer is trying to make the carbon tax a major issue. I want to get your reaction to that.
Well, I think this is really a fundamental framing fight. And that's what we call it in politics and when you're running campaigns. How do you frame the issue? Andrew Scheer wants to frame it as a tax. The government's going to tax you. It's going to take more money out of your pocket. It's not going to get anything done other than take money out of your pocket. The Prime Minister and the Liberals are saying, well, hang on. If 80% of Canadians agree that climate change is real, that it's man-made, and then we have to do something about it, not 10 years from now, but 10 years ago, we got to move urgently, then this is something that will have an effect. And it's really going to come down to who wins that frame. Is this thing a tax, or is this an appropriate action to respond to the fundamental challenge of our times? And Scheer is betting all in. It's January 1st, but I'm telling you right now, Aaron, what he signaled today in that news conference is he's putting all his chips in the middle of the table, and he is betting the entire federal election on the carbon tax. He's running against it, and he thinks that will be a referendum issue that will get him into 21st Sussex. And
do you think he will be successful?
No, I don't. I don't for a whole variety of issues. I'm not certain he's going to win the framing battle. I also think other issues will intervene. I think the fundamental strategy he has here is trying to turn this into a single issue election. I don't think that's going to be successful. I think that people's views on climate change are complicated, they're layered, they're regionally diverse. So I think that trying to just null this down into, let's not talk about whether Trudeau's better than me or I'm better than Trudeau, let's not talk about the broader hint and arc of the economy, let's just talk about this tax, I don't think that's going to work. It's not going to scam with people.
NDP leader Singh has faced a lot of criticism for his leadership. He still doesn't have a seat. What role do you think he will play, if any, in this election?
Monster, huge election issue for the Liberals. Is Jagmeet Singh going to be in the House of Commons? If he continues to be the leader of the NDP, that is days of wine and roses for the Liberals. Because let's face it, this guy has not been good. He's just flat out not good at his job. Now, you never know. People can catch fire. This is 2019 now, and in the 30 days of an election campaign, people can go from nothing to something. But Jagmeet Singh has been a disappointment for New Democrats. If he loses this by-election, his own party will rush immediately to replace him as leader. That might hurt the Liberals. It might mean that the NDP could end up with somebody more able and maybe steals 3-4% more out of the popular vote. That would be bad for Justin Trudeau. So in a weird way, the Liberals desperately want to see Jagmeet Singh win this by-election because they don't want to take a risk on an unknown commodity. They like the commodity Jagmeet Singh represents as NDP leader just fine.
And we can't really talk about our own politics, Scott, without talking about those south of the border and the turmoil in the U.S. and how it affects us.
And this could be, the most determinative issue of the 2019 federal election here in Canada. How does the world unfold around Donald Trump? So, as an example, do we see that an erratic and, under fire president of the United States ends up attacking the USMCA, the new NAFTA deal? Does he try to roll it back? Does the new Congress make changes to it? How does all that unfold? Does the president of the United States take us into some crazy world where his trade wars with China don't de-escalate, but they actually escalate? And then that alters the global economic outlook. Does that help or hurt Justin Trudeau? Like, right now, you have a foundation if you're the Prime Minister of Canada. You got a pretty strong economy. It's not perfect, but it's pretty strong. And, what if Trump wrecks the economy worldwide? It's not a crazy question. Who does that help? It's not obvious. So I think Trump is just about the biggest X factor in the federal Canadian election, which sounds crazy, but it is indisputably true.
CTV political analyst Scott Reid, appreciate your time. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Aaron.